The Humanity token crashed massively after an attacker hacked the protocol and minted new tokens. The decline was severe. We went down by 87%. But what happened subsequently? Why did we recover and then come back down again? And is this potentially a buying opportunity, since we bounced at very similar levels in the past? Here's an announcement of the security incident 2 weeks ago. News outlets wrote about it. 30 million worth of value got drained, and another 13 million worth of H tokens got minted. So what happened after the hack? Why did we suddenly recover, come back down again? Is this a contrarian opportunity to buy when nobody wants to buy anymore? Hi, my name is Gerhard. I've been in the crypto space for the last 8 years. I hit my first million 3 years ago, and I did this mainly through active trading of altcoins. My track record is on the website down below. On average, in the last 2 years, that's when I started to publish my trades in real time, we made 47% annualized. This is the chart. We are currently with the open positions at a new all-time high. Every single trade that has been closed is directly logged in real time on this public page as well. But of course, the positions that are currently open, that's available to the premium members of this channel. So Humanity is another trust layer protocol, in a way comparable to WorldCoin. Some people called this recovery rally a crime pump after the hack. Others went short the token, so they were betting on falling prices. But then centralized exchanges seem to still be supporting the project. Here we've got an announcement how the migration to the Ethereum chain will be supported by BitUnix. By the way, if you're on X, formerly known as Twitter, then feel free to also check the account of this channel over here. I publish data regularly. Make sure that you follow the right account though. So that's at BitcoinStrat. Please do not follow a scam account. This here is the only real account, at BitcoinStrat. Now here's the Humanity token relative to the rest of the altcoin market. So a relative valuation chart, we can see people got wrecked on both sides. If you are betting on falling prices and then a 300% rally hits, that's not great. When then subsequently a hack crashes the price by 90%, it doesn't matter what kind of leverage you have, you will be liquidated. Subsequently, all the longs got liquidated again, then the shorts got liquidated again. So this gives us a first idea why the Humanity token might have rallied. If all the longs got wrecked, then there's an imbalance between people betting on rising and on falling prices. And then the market makers take advantage of that imbalance. Now holding the token very long term might be somewhat dangerous. Here we've got the number of circulating tokens over time. And of course, early contributors, investors, the foundation, the community, they all get tokens, and those vesting unlocks, they increase the supply. And then the question is, what happens with that supply? Will that stay in those wallets or will this get sold off? And if it gets sold off, will the demand be high enough to absorb that selling? It all depends on how quickly the supply grows. We are currently at 2.8 billion tokens. 1 year from now, we will be at 5.8 billion tokens. So that's a growth rate of 107%. That is not pretty at all. We will have almost the same amount of tokens getting issued the subsequent year. And so here's my theory. I think many people saw those bad tokenomics of Humanity. They saw how the token supply would grow very quickly. And that then led to short squeezes. So this one over here, the 60%, but then also the much more aggressive short squeezes that followed. In other words, the way this works is there are retail investors that are betting on falling prices because of the rising supply. But then the market makers see all of those retail investors and they intentionally buy up the H supply, the Humanity supply, very quickly in order to liquidate those shorts. Once all the shorts got liquidated, then they liquidate the longs as well. Because a rally like this will attract people to bet on rising prices as well. And that's then when the surprise crash happened, the hack. In the end, the project works very similar to other identity-based tokens. And apparently already 9 million identities got registered, of which 1 million got verified. Now this migration that BitUnix was tweeting about, it's already in full swing. As in, on the left side, we see the number of wallets on the Ethereum chain with at least 8,000 tokens. That's roughly $1,000 worth of the token. In the middle, it's $10,000. On the right, it's $100,000. But most trading does not happen on chain. On the spot market, we had 13 million worth of trading volume in the last 24 hours. On the perpetual futures market, though, we had 85 million. So there's way more bets on the price than actual spot trading. And we can see how the funding rate of Humanity tends to fluctuate massively. And again, this shows us how there are sometimes those short squeezes. With those short squeezes, the trading volume fluctuates in a similar fashion and both sides get liquidated. And again, have a look at this very first rally, right? The 300% rally that we talked about. This was all the shorts getting liquidated. And subsequently with the hack, when the price went back down, the longs got liquidated. And now everybody got liquidated. And so it's no surprise that the open interest, so the amount of bets on the price, is close to its base level. There was all of this leverage built up with the rising price. But once the asset got hacked and then the price short-term recovered, everybody that was on the asset lost their capital. And so does it make sense to now bet on H and hope that the price will recover, that leverage comes back? I'm not so sure, especially when assets move that quickly. I think the only profitable trading strategy is to use limit orders. As in, we could buy now and then have a tight stop loss and then also already have in the system a sell order at a higher price. That in case we do see a very quick short squeeze, that we can then sell at those higher prices without having to monitor the price all the time. Because again, the price tends to move very, very quickly. I personally though, I like to bet on altcoins that are a bit more stable, that simply just go down long term over time because of the tokenomics. When there's a lot of attention and a lot of manipulation on the token, it's hard to beat the market, especially when most liquidity is held by the market makers. We don't have to go that much risk on in order to achieve our long-term outperformance. We tend to bet on rather conservative, larger altcoins, right? Again, just have a look at this trading history. It's not like we use the super illiquid tokens to make those returns. And again, every single trade can be verified, because once you log into Premium, you will see the announcement when we enter, the announcement when we exit. So that's behind the date here. Those announcements are first done in Telegram, but they also get sent out via email. If you subscribe to that email, this is how that goes, right? So this was after a short squeeze for Terra Luna Classic. And then subsequently, we closed that position when we got the golden cross here. So this was based on a backtest on the best moving averages for the asset. That's in general an approach that I like following. I don't think though that it's the right approach for humanity, again, because there's just so much manipulation in the price. Moving averages can't capture violent movements like this. If you don't have time for manual copy trading, there's also the automatic copy trading that's also on the website, right? Just check out those different links. There is a 7-day money back guarantee. In case you don't like Premium, just email me over here and you will get your money back. No questions asked. I try to make it as easy as possible for everybody to give it a try. If it's your first time here, feel free to subscribe. I publish here regularly. A like would be very much appreciated as well. It helps the channel grow. See you next time. Cheers.